Okay, today we're going to talk about a Fossil woman's watch. I believe the bezel on this does rotate, it's just not wanting to rotate, so we're going to remove the bezel and see if we can't get that going. It's also got a dead battery. I think that's all that's wrong with it. It's only got 50 meters of water resistance, so I'm not too confident that it's got screw down crown, so I'm not going to say anything strict there. But yeah, so it's a Fossil blue. Let's see if we can't. You know what? This doesn't have a screw down crown, does it? I don't think so. It's just being very tight. There we go. Yeah, so it's a Fossil blue. It's a pretty okay watch, all things considered. It's been worn, like this watch has been worn so much by the original owner that you can see these flat spots where they used to be rounded. And I know they're rounded because these ones are. And if you look at this side, these ones are all rounded. And I think that's the, let's see, you wear the watch like this, so that's interesting. Usually the part that sits on, well, I don't know, somebody must have been doing a job or something that just had their wrists sit in a certain way to make all that wear, so that's pretty cool. Just has your standard clasp. Now, this watch has been worn so much that the case back no longer has any information on it. This is probably one of the most worn Fossil watches I think I've ever seen up to this point, and that's pretty cool because Fossil watches are actually not that bad. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, oh, you know what, the first thing I want to do is try and pop this bezel off and see if I can't get it rotating again. So, and it could be really stuck on there, and I just want to try and be a little. Today we're going to work on this Fossil watch. This watch has been worn. This is one of the most worn Fossil watches I think I've ever seen. A lot of these kinds of watches don't get too much wear because they're pretty inexpensive, but look at the flat spots on this bracelet. Like, that takes a very long time to happen, and this is stainless steel, so also the case back is worn out completely to the point where you can't even see any information on it. So the bezel's completely seized. So I'm gonna try and this is a Fossil blue. It's 50 meter. I'm just gonna try and lift this up a little and see if I can't get it to loosen up a bit. Because once it's loose, I think, yeah, we could get a pretty good amount under this area here. I could start rotating it and I'll clean it later. Yeah, there we go. I think that might be okay. Let's see if it'll rotate now. Yep. But it's still got a lot of crap on it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and pop it off completely and see what's all under here. That's not really working, is it? Interesting. It doesn't really want to come off. Dang. You know what? I'll worry about this later. But it is starting to rotate a little bit. Ooh, it's really rough though. boy. Yeah, I might have to run this under some water or something. Yeah, there's tons of gunk on this, and it only really wants to lift on one end, which is kind of interesting. And I don't want to chip my tool because it just really doesn't want to come off, so I'm going to leave it as it is for now. But I will get this bezel working at some point. The crown seems to work fine. The hour and minutes hand do lighten up, so I don't have to worry about any of that. It's got a lot of pop seconds, which is pretty cool. Okay, whoop. Let's let's get the clasp off, shall we? Or separate it, and let's see what this case back is looking like. So yeah, you could barely make out some information on this. Barely. But it's otherwise pretty worn. So if I had to take a guess, I would say that this is probably not going to come off easily. So I'm going to do my old method. I did just buy a fancier machine, but I'm only going to really use that for fancier watches, something like this. I'm not too worried about, honestly. I'm just gonna get this fixed, and it's a $20 to $40 watch. I'm not like too worried about the overall condition of it. I mean, I know I should treat my customers with respect and everything, but if it was a $200 watch, that would be a different story. But this is like a $20 watch, and I just want to get it fixed and move on. That works so well, even though I could see all this stuff coming up. But that works incredibly well. And guess what? If I would have scratched this case back, doesn't really matter. Look at how worn it is. It would have just been another scratch in the hundreds and hundreds it has already. So, okay, what do we got here? Fossil Hong Kong with a serial number on there. That's pretty cool. And then we have a pretty common movement. This is, I believe this is usually an Epson, but I don't think it says Epson on it this time. It's a Y121E. Common Japanese movement. So, I have no idea what battery that is, but I do see, so this blue stuff, I don't think that's normal. I think that's corrosion. So, let's get my aluminum vise out of there, and let's figure out what we gotta do here. So, it's got lever action here. So you just want to get under here and pull up, and it'll come right out. A little bit of corrosion there, a lot of bit of corrosion here. Yeah, this is it's not great. We need to have continuity, or the circuit won't complete and we won't have a working battery, and that's how that works. So just scrape all that up, make sure once we put a new battery in, it'll all start working. Now these movements, they usually work even when there's corrosion like this. So I'm not really worried about it, to be honest. I'm guessing there's a 95% chance this is gonna work, and it's gonna work well, because that's how it usually is. Okay, so this is a 377. Where's my 377s? Am I running low on 377s again? I thought I just got more of these. I could have sworn I just bought more 377s. I guess I gotta get more. What are these? AG4? I could have sworn I just bought more of these. Okay, well, anyways. We'll get my glove on. Try not to get fingerprints on the battery. Even though the inside of this there's more damage inside of this watch than my fingerprints can do, I think, at this point. But I want to be professional about it, so I'm gonna be professional about it. Come on, get out. There we go. Okay. So let's get this battery in. I think I usually want to go get the battery in over here like this, and then press it in with my thumb going towards the lever like so. Can't really see it though. Come on. Push it in like so towards the lever. And then I get my toothpick tool and I will move the lever over. Oop, let's get it on camera. Okay, so I'm pushing down over here, gonna move the lever over like so, and we're good. And my glove is caught. Okay, so now we're good. If I scrape this stuff up correctly, there should be continuity. And it should be ticking. Moment of truth. It's not ticking. Okay, let's hit it with the demagnetizer. Interesting. This might be a dead movement, I'm thinking, at this point. What else can we do? Try a different battery, maybe? I don't see any indication of life there. Let's, did I put the right battery in, I wonder? I think I did. Let's test it and make sure it's working. Oof. Ouch. Okay. I've got my digital multimeter. .5 volts. I think that's correct. I'm going to try and scrape this up a bit more. And then hopefully it will start working again. Just like scraping the plaque off a tooth. We want to try and scrape all of the corrosion off these contact points. Okay, that might do something. Let's see what happens. I tested my battery, it is good. So it's not the battery. Which means that it's probably the movement. Okay, clean off any kind of stuff. Whoop, I got on there. Okay, so same deal, funky dog maneuver. Scoot it over here, press it in and down on the opposite side, and then let's move this lever over. Can we see that on the camera? Pretty much. Okay, and it's not ticking. I'm going to hit it with the demagnetizer one more time. I'm going to do it for a couple seconds. I think this is dead movement. Yeah, it doesn't want to tick. Well, this watch was heavily used. Well, I guess I don't have to work on the bezel anymore. It's kind of a relief, I suppose. Although I might work on it anyways, just to kind of... Oop, case back isn't on. Just kind of get it, learn some stuff. I'm going to try pushing, taking the crown out and putting it back in. This is hard because the crown is so small. It's got a crown guard that just is a pain in the neck. Okay, so we got a crown. I didn't have to pull this one out. It was in position, what, 0 technically, I think is what you call that. Let's put it back in. Maybe that did something. Nope, still doesn't want to tick. Right. I think we just got a dead watch, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't I don't know what else to do. Excuse me. I'm going to take my battery out and call this one junk, I think. It's worth a try, you guys. Anyways, get this put back together and put it in the junk pile. I don't even know what model it is because this stuff is so gone. Let's see if I could... am3109 is what it looks like. Because I'm running out of these batteries and I'd rather not leave it in this. Let's just put that back on. See if I can't rotate this bezel. Oh yeah, look at that. Hey, look. It's actually rotating now. That's cool. Oof, look at that. Yeah. This watch has been worn. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll just do some measurements just so y'all... just for y'all's records, if you care to find this watch on the internet that is in working condition. It's kind of a neat watch. It's probably worth somewhere between 20 to 40 on the internet. And if you like it, you like it. And if you want one, go get one. And if you don't like it, that's okay too. So we've got this with the quarter comparison. It's a woman's watch, even by yesteryear's standards. Okay, so 29mm case size. It's about a 41mm of lug to lug. This thing protrudes a little bit, so I'm not counting that. And then it's got a, I'm not going to do the bracelet because it's proprietary, 14mm thickness. So yeah, there you go. Failed attempt, but I tried. If anybody knows anything I could have done differently, let me know. You know what? This thing just reset on me again. Am I still correct on that? No, it's a 9mm thickness. I don't know if that's what I said, but if anybody knows anything I could have done differently, let me know. I'm always curious to learn more and to improve on my techniques, but at least I got that tag keyword working in a previous video, so that makes me pretty happy. Anyways, take it easy, and thank you so much for watching.